Welcome to Everything Money. Paul Gabriel has made hundreds, if not thousands, of offers and purchases on homes and houses, rental units, etc. In this video, we're going to bring you our thoughts on the real estate market in general in terms of who is selling these houses, real estate agents and real estate brokers, what their roles are and what they're potentially doing for you before and after these sales. This is interesting. I bid you fair warning, this gets a little ugly, so stay tuned. I bring your questions about real estate agents and brokers to a couple guys that own and operate over $100 million in homes around the world, multiple businesses and stocks, and they will provide a mindset for you and I about what we can do if we're buying a home or rental unit, etc., or selling. I give you Paul Gabriel. Go for it.
Okay, guys, we just did a video on financial planners, and in it, I might have been a little blunt.
Your blood is boiling at the moment.
For that, I apologize. But before we go, please follow us on Instagram, Everything Money Investing, and follow our 3 personal accounts so you can see me rant and rave about everything else in this world, all the atrocities in this world.
Yes.
Now, I'm only going to pick on financial planners. Psych! I hate realtors, real estate brokers, anybody in the business. There's this guy. Oh, should I even say this guy's name?
No,
I shouldn't.
You can't. We'll be held liable.
What? No,
slander.
No, it's an opinion.
Slander.
There's a very prominent industrial broker in Cleveland who has his face on billboards and face on at the airport, and he acts like he's the real estate investment expert.
I know who it is.
Yes. He's a moron. He's a salesperson. He goes to deals just to get fees for. He even says, I want a piece of the deal. He goes to the people who gives him the fees that are highest. There's one real estate broker in this world that I like. His name is Ed Joseph at CB Richard Ellis in Columbus. And that's why Ed Joseph is not rich, because he wasn't a scam artist. He's not a salesperson. He knows exactly what we want. When my phone rings and Ed Joseph calls me, I answer. Why? Because he's only calling me when he has the right deal for me. And Ed always jokes. I'm like, Ed, why don't you make a ton more money? He's like, I don't know. If I did that, I'd probably make a ton more money. He's so laid back and awesome because he's not a shyster. He's not going to sit there and he sits there and goes I don't know how they justify these prices. I'm like, oh, great.
So what are real estate agents and brokers doing?
They're salespeople. Their job is to sell. That's it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen realtors and talked to them about a deal. And I remember we went to Atlanta. Oh, it's just so bad. We went to Atlanta once, and a real estate agent was like, "Oh, you need to buy this lot right here. You can build a house there and sell it for $800 and make a killing." Okay, how much is the lot? Well, $200. Okay, how big of a house do you want me to build for sell for $800,000? 5,000 square feet. What's the cost to build? $150 a square foot. So 150 times 5,000 is $750,000. Times plus 200,000, I'm at 950,000, and you tell me I can sell for 800. Oh, well, maybe my number's a little off. No, your numbers are off. You're stupid. That's just it. I just did the math right there. I'm like, okay, so I'm at 900,000, 950, and you want me to sell the house for 800? That's not a good investment.
How many real estate units have you bought and sold in the last 20 years? Are we talking thousands?
Oh, thousands. Yeah, thousands.
And
we're going to have thousands.
You have
more.
A partner upstairs.
But guess what? I've met people with 5,000. I once met a family in Florida. These 2 young guys. They had 5,000 units. I literally looked at them in a meeting and I said, "How do you guys have 5,000 units? You guys don't know your numbers at all." And then Andrew and Mikey got mad at me because that ended up ruining a deal that we could have had.
Andrew is your partner. He looks at deals nonstop every single day.
And I did go too far and it cost us money. And I felt bad about that. But I literally looked at them and even when we left and Andrew and Mikey were like, yeah, those guys are idiots. They have 5,000 units. Everybody in the world would say these guys are smart. They have 5,000 units. No, not just because you have these things doesn't make you smart. It's your process that makes you smart. They were morons.
No, there's no real way around. If I'm buying or selling a house, I need to get involved with one of these people who is going to sell me on the house. And
by the way, that's their job. Their job is to say, what are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for X, Y. I have a realtor in Dallas that I like a lot.
Go on.
Lisa and I want to spend some time in Dallas. We're going to buy a home there. We randomly met a realtor through Mo's girlfriend. This woman's wonderful. Why? Because she's not trying to tell me what's a good deal or not. She's just like, Paul, what do you want? I'm going to send you what you want. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's great. She's pleasant. She doesn't try to act like she's smarter than she is. She does exactly what are you laughing about?
I reached out to a realtor in Naples recently. I said, okay, I want new construction, $1.5 million or less, and in this specific neighborhood. First thing she sends me, house built in 1980, $2.25 million, not in the neighborhood I want. I think this would be a great fit for you. Copy and paste. Send it back to her.
Copy and paste original email. Per my email below.
Per my email.
Guys, I know I'm mean. And I know it sounds mean, but salespeople are salespeople. And you got to remember that when you're buying. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger always say, be apprehensive about anybody selling you anything. Go look at instead of Guy Spear. I'm reading the value of education of a value investor.
Me too.
He goes, I do not even buy anything from a salesperson. That's it. Goes, I don't even care. If you're trying to sell something, I don't care. I'm not buying it. He does his own research. And it sounds cynical, but at the end of the day, it's like, man, guess what? At the end of the day, when things go poorly, where's that realtor going to be? I love it how many times I've heard realtors and real estate brokers during good markets take credit. And then when markets bad happens, I don't know what happened. I mean, the market went bad. I can't control that.
Right now, there's so many people that are leaving jobs to go be real estate agents. And it's like, oh, anybody could do it now. But they're very talented.
Paul, it wasn't until you said, I've bought and sold just 2 houses in my life. And I realized after I bought the house, months later, I never got a phone call from my real estate agent asking me how it's going. Can I afford it? What happened to the house? You've heard stories. I just had a friend moved into a house, and they apparently, because they had to buy so quickly, inspections did not uncover all the things wrong with it. Now they're dumping like tens of thousands of dollars into a brand new $700,000 house.
But that real estate agent,
they have to change stuff.
They got their commission.
They said they were there for you, though.
I'll be there for you. Weird. Oh, you will? Cool. I remember once a real estate broker once saying to me, I'll never let you overpay. That was the first big real estate deal I did. I overpaid by $1 million.
I'm wrong. Paul, I'm wrong. It's a house 2 down for me. It sold for $750,000, and the couple just moved in. They are absolutely sick to their stomach about the amount of stuff that they have to roof, leak basement.
So I like that show $1 Million Listing LA. It's a fun show. A lot of it scans, but there was an episode a few years ago where it was brilliant. The guy Madison, who I thought was a terrible real estate agent, he sat there and he was talking to some Russian guy about buying a house. And Madison looked at him and goes, listen, if you don't put full ask price in, you're wasting your time. And he looked at him and goes, if I'm going to put full ask price in, why do I need you? It's perfect. Why do you need a realtor if you're just going to put full ask in or above ask? Mm-hmm. Because the realtor's job is just to show you what's available on the market. That's it. And even then, you don't really need that. You go to Realtor.com.
Exactly. With Realtor.com and Zillow, you don't need that at all anymore.
Now,
I found my first house. I'm the one that found it on Zillow. I came and went and saw it. That was it.
Done. Now you're doing the selling agent a good deed because they get both sides of the commission. But who cares? Like, why get influenced by a broker? Now in Dallas, I like this woman. She's great, and I don't know the Dallas market as well. I can say to her, but I said to her one time, she said, "What are you looking for?" And by the way, she even pulled a realtor thing. I gave her a price range of what I wanted to look at, and she went to the
highest price.
Not only the highest price. Let's say I said 200 to 400,000. She showed me 499, and her comment was, well, it still has a 4 in front of it. And I was like, well done. She goes, no, I think we can negotiate down, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you pull a realtor move on me there. That's fine. I was like, I'll be more specific later. But it didn't bother me because she was very nice, and she was like laughing about it. But I sent her these 2 cities I wanted to be in Dallas. She sent them to me. She did exactly what I asked her to do. And then later on, I was like, wait a second, I just happened to be searching. If I go out 30 minutes, I can save half the price. She goes, absolutely. Do you want to start searching there? I'm like, yeah. And I'll pay more to be on a lake. She said, perfect. There was no argument. It's a cheaper house, and she's not arguing about it. It's like half the price I was going to spend earlier, but it's more house on a lake for less money. Great. We're all going to win. That's a good realtor to me. She's following exactly what I want to do, and she's showing me the availability. And guess what, though? She sent me a piece of land that was a lot of money. And I was like, hey, can you send me the comps on this? She's like, sure. Sure enough, 3 years before, another piece of land, pretty much on the same lake, double the size, sold for half the price. And her comment was, great, it'll be a good negotiating tool for us. Thank you. You're right, Kim. It is a good negotiating tool for us.
What can normal folks at home do with this new info they're getting from you, Paul?
Guys, it's the world of modern technology. Go use the internet for your own benefit. Before you call a realtor, go out there and look at the market you're in, where you want to be, how much it costs. That way, when a realtor sends you something, be like, wait a second, why are you sending me this when I have this? Go find somebody you like and trust. When I say trust, that they're looking after, I want to say your best interests, because like you said before, all they care about is, do you have approval? Do you think the banks care if you can afford the house? No, they're selling you a mortgage. And they're going to sell it to somebody else and make their money. They want to maximize how much money you spend on a home.
Yes.
Of course they do. Oh, by the way, the best scam of all time, when realtors say the first offer is the best one. If that's the case, the book Freakonomics or some variation of it, they talked about how the average realtor lists their house for 2 weeks longer for their own personal house than they do for their clients. Why? They tell you the first offer is the best one. Why? Because the second the offer comes in, why waste any more time? They get their commission, move on, as opposed to waiting for other offers to come in. Remember, don't believe everything just because they say it. I've still never seen a verifiable group of studies that show the first offer is the best one. Our anecdotal evidence is only one time was our best offer ever. The first offer was the best one. Other than that, when we waited out for one, because we were like, no, it's a garbage offer, we got a higher offer or better terms. Because remember, it's not just the price, it's also the terms. When the market's hot, Cash and financing are the same thing. When the market's not hot, cash is a very different offer.
I didn't know that.
Well, think about it. Can you easily get a loan today?
Yeah.
Boom.
Right. I see.
I once had a realtor tell me, Paul, buy this house for a flip. They're like, it's a great deal. Great deal. Finally, I said to them, okay, it's a great deal. Throw your commission in. You know what they said to me? I've said this story 1,000 times. I had to go understand the numbers better before I do that. So wait.
Come on.
For me, 1,000% it happened. By the way, I love this woman. She's a friend of mine. I don't think she remembers the conversation, but I remember just going, are you effing kidding me? I'm like, you just told me it was a good deal. You're trying to get me to buy this $500,000 house to flip it. Now you want to sit there and understand the numbers? And she laughed and she goes, oh, no. I'm just like, come on. But that's what it is. And I'm okay with that as long as you understand your role. Understand your role. Stay in your lane. Don't be something you're not. That's when you get into trouble. And that's when you get people to not trust you. I'm really hungry. I want Mexican food. That's
our take. Be careful out there. Watch more of our videos if you want to hear Paul ranting and raving. I mean, you do have the experience in this. I run a lot of things in my life past you prior to doing them because you've just done it a zillion times more than I have.
Well, but other people have done it a zillion times and still did it poorly. It's not about the experience of how many times you've done it. That does help, but it's all about the process. Just think about it logically. Why would you trust a realtor? How many realtors are former strippers? They literally just sit there. How do they go from dancing on a pole to all of a sudden real estate experts? No, they're salespeople. They are salespeople. I'm okay with that. But know where you stand.
How do you think I respect got into real estate.
What was that?
How do you think I became a real estate agent?
You do well at the Thunder from Down Under. I mean, he had his shirt off. Tim, remember last live stream, he had his shirt off there for a moment? And he was shredded.
Tim just shaking his head. He's like, can we end this?
Hey guys, Seth here jumping in real quick. We'll get right back to the video, but I want to let you know you can join our software. You can get access to this financial data and the new Everything Money chat right in your phone. Paul will tell you how to get it right now.
So guys, we created the software because our users wanted to be able to analyze their own stocks without having to wait for us. So we put hundreds of $1,000s, made the software. You get 30 years of financial data. You get access to Seth, Mo, and I. You get the 8-pillar analysis, the stock analyzer tool, the retirement calculator, and you get everything on this main page that is coming soon. This is all included. And if you look right here, these are all the things you get. You get everything on a mobile phone. Everything we're talking about here is ready, available on your mobile app. One app for everything. But most importantly, guys, you get our Discord, our community of, now it's off of Discord. It's right in our app. You get a community of over 6,000 people you can talk to every single day about your investment ideas. If you're like them, you felt alone having these ideas about investing that weren't reciprocated by others, but now you found the community here. And this is all available for only $1 per day. Less than a cup of coffee. If this can make you 1 or 2% or save you 1 or 2% of losses every year, it will lead to hundreds of thousands, if not millions. $1 per day, 2 ways to sign up. everythingmoney.com or Patreon. The benefit of everythingmoney.com is we're not large enough yet to charge sales tax, so you won't be charged sales tax quite yet. And look at this, guys. You get all of this. Our competitors are a lot more money and don't provide as much. $1 per day. Go sign up now.
Fondle the thumbs up while Paul fondles your soul. See you next video.